We'll see how it plays out. Winner figures to set himself up for a massive middleweight fight later in 2024. All right, Christian Leroy, Duncan, center of the octagon in black. Gregory Rodrigues is in white.
And you see Duncan going straight to work with the feints, switching stances. He does have the flair, he does have the style points and the speed. But Rodrigues, I'm telling you, he has some serious power.
Mike, you know, I can't do a cartwheel like CLD, and I can't do jiu-jitsu like Gregory. But I did look like him physically back in my day, you know? You remember when I looked like those two?
I saw a picture of you. It was a long time ago, to be fair. A very long time ago at DC. It wasn't in the UFC, that's for sure.
Yes, it was.
Big early left-hand connection by Rodrigues.
Yeah, Duncan catches him, and again.
But this is what Rodrigues needs to do. If it's pretty and they're out just striking at range, Duncan's really good at that. Gregory Rodrigues possesses power, and he can take your head off.
And if you had seen Rodrigues go through a circuit at the Institute of Human Performance in South Florida, the dude is just an absolute animal.
Yeah, I was going to say, and he's improved so much on the feet because we just saw some really fast head movement a second ago. As I said on the walk, I said he was more meat and potatoes. But the basics, they are so crucial to being a successful fighter. And he's doing this at a really, really high level.
We've seen so many jiu-jitsu athletes come in and they loop punches to try to get the takedowns. Rodrigues is okay standing in training. Now, I don't know that that's the best path against a guy like Duncan, but it seems to be the path that he's choosing.
Well, Duncan's done his homework because he knows, you saw there, Rodrigues tried to back him up against the fence and unload with a combination, and he literally had to really get out of there with urgency.
No surprise to see Rodrigues, the former 8-time national jiu-jitsu champion, go to the takedown here.
No surprise whatsoever, John. And this is going to be really telling and interesting.
He's got to watch this arm triangle, Mike.
Yeah, he's got to watch everything down here.
Especially
Rodrigues,
early.
This is his world.
Rodrigues also with more than 200 medals in wrestling.
I mean, he's got the perfect combination.
Yeah.
He can wrestle and do jiu-jitsu. It's ideal.
And he's got a body carved out of stone.
Well, and a lot of fans might remember he lost on the Contender Series back in 2020. He's got 7 knockouts since that time.
Yeah, this is going to be really interesting because, as we said before, the striking on the side of Leroy Duncan is phenomenal. But I'm not saying he's a specialist, but he's nowhere near as talented on the ground as Rodrigues.
What's the experience, right? He doesn't have the experience that Rodrigues has on the ground.
But
and the more time they spend here, the harder it will be for Christian when he does get back to his feet, because his arms are going to be fatigued from all the grappling.
It's really interesting, though, like what's happening right now. You see Leroy Duncan's just holding 2-on-1. And it's kind of stopping Rodrigues from progressing.
There is a huge hematoma now on the left side of the head of CLD.
That's because when they hold you by the wrists or whenever they're trying to control posture, it's all elbows, and that's exactly what Rodrigues is doing right now. And he won't rush, man. He'll take his time. Everything is with the purpose. Every movement, every pass.
Yep.
He'll never rush.
And he's got a good referee overseeing the action, Dan Movaheady, allowing the athlete to work.
That's nicely done, though, by Rodrigues. Sorry, Duncan. Nice work. It's impressive.
Nice job by Duncan to prevent the back take.
Catches the leg. Duncan's done his homework, that's for sure.
Rodrigues doing a good job of just keeping that arm in the butt right there, not allowing Duncan to follow right there. Look at that. Hand in the butt. Duncan's doing a really good job of just keeping that arm wedged in between him and Gregory Rodrigues.
Tried to sit through.
That's not what you should do there. You should have went 2 hands to the chin.
Yep.
Take those hands and unlock them. 20 seconds left in the round. But if you're Duncan, you feel pretty good because you spent an extended time on the ground with Rodrigues when you were fresh and he was fresh, and you survive.
You know for a fact his corner were very, very concerned when Rodrigues took him down and got on top with 3 minutes left. All right, it wasn't the best position to be in, but he's made it to round 2, didn't take a lot of damage.
All right, this corner cam is powered by Prime Hydration. Hydrate with Prime X. Gather codes. Complete your treasure map on drinkprime.com, and you might just claim $1 million. Drink Prime.
Keep moving laterally. He's got confidence.
5% off of 1 year. Fabian Edwards, brother of Leon and John Henry Clemenson, joining Mark Weir in the corner of Christian Leroy Duncan.
Yes, and Mark Weir kind of stating the obvious, saying, listen, we know he's going to try and take you down, but be hyper aware of that. To be fair, he did a pretty good job on the feet as well. But still, everything to play for.
Oh! Really nice counter combination by Rodrigues. Got the left hand home as well.
Yeah, the power in the hands is ridiculous.
It's kind of crazy that Leroy Duncan is the one initiating the clinch, knowing the dangers involved with that.
Big knee a moment ago from Rodrigues. CLD seemingly ate it well.
That was a nice little adjustment of the hips from Rodrigues, because Duncan was about to pick him up and throw him around.
Duncan initially was to face Robert Dricek tonight. Decided step up in competition in Gregory Rodrigues. You got to think both of these guys are around 20 in the world, on the cusp of that top 15.
Yeah, without question. I mean, Leroy Duncan only 1 loss on the professional record. Rodrigues, more experience, but at a higher level, been in the UFC for a much longer time.
Right, 6-2 in the octagon.
It's pretty good. 15-5 overall. Watch for the knee.
Nice short shot from CLD.
Oh, good right hand by Rodrigues. Oh, Rodrigues just doesn't go away from a fight ever.
Right.
And he doesn't level change.
Yeah.
Even whenever he has an opportunity. He should have did that before whenever the pressure started to get on him, but instead he waits to punch, and then eventually he goes for a takedown.
He never backs away.
No, he never
like, okay,
backs
we're
away.
going to throw down.
You want to fight me? Okay.
Let's throw down. Let's do it. Let's just swing.
CLD got away with a fence grab there. Perhaps it prevented Rodrigues from getting the takedown. Just a warning from the ref.
What do you think? They've been very lenient tonight?
Well, I mean, you just, if you're doing it so blatantly like that and the referee sees it, and there's thought that you would have gotten a takedown, like, what are we doing?
It's happened so many times tonight. It's kind of crazy.
Just seems like grapplers are always disadvantaged in this sport.
We haven't had 1 point loss all night, and we've seen multiple
fouls,
fence grab or fouls.
Got to use his position, gentlemen.
And again, this surprises me, right? That Christian is the one
initiating.
I mean, he's trying to take him down.
Yeah.
Well, he has yet to realize much success on the feet.
Ooh. That was kind of fast.
Yeah, it was.
Your fingers.
Duncan's got bruises all over his head, man. Left side, right side. It's crazy. Rodrigues hit so hard. Look at this.
Yeah, but you see those elbows from Duncan. I mean, he's missing, but he's come close a few times now.
Yes.
They're really dangerous.
Shoulder strike from Duncan a moment ago. About a minute to go here in round 2.
Referee telling Duncan to watch his head as well.
Yeah.
He's kind of leading with it a little bit. As we know, that's going to open up a massive cut if he just kind of headbutts the cage by accident.
There's a big cut on the bridge of the nose of Duncan.
Duncan's getting beat up now, man.
Oh!
That's a big one.
Huge right for RoboCop now. This crowd about as muted as it has been all night, perhaps because it is 4:15 in the morning. But
it is very late.
Oh,
early. But this is going to wake them up in a second.
Rodrigues is bloodied up also, but that's okay to him.
Down he goes. Nice takedown. He could step over into mount here.
He's got to attack that far elbow first. He takes the far wrist. Now he'll start to get in the 3/4 mount. If he can get his left heel at the hip of Christian Leroy Duncan.
Rodrigues no stranger to facial blood, but he has got another nasty cut that he's dealing with. Leaking out of that left eye. 10 minutes down, 5 to go. All right, third and final round. Christian Leroy Duncan in black opens with an inside leg kick. Gregory Rodrigues in white.
Yeah, in the corner of Duncan, this calling for pleading for the long-range attacks. You're not using any of those. You're fighting in the pocket. You're exchanging in the boxing range. And he's kind of got a point, but he's not doing that through choice. It's because Rodrigues is closing him down. He's walking him down, cutting off the cage, getting in his face. This is what Duncan needs to do. He needs to maintain the range. You do that by being light on the feet and moving away.
Well, he's doing exactly what they told him.
Yeah, he is.
He's doing what they told him to do. But let's see when he starts to take shots if he grabs, because that's what he's grabbing.
Correct.
Right? See, when Gregory puts pace on him and he starts to land, that's when Leroy Duncan grabs him, because then Christian feels this is where I'm safest.
Yeah, you're right.
Rodrigues has landed twice as many strikes, a lot of huge right hands.
Oh, that's a nice takedown.
Now gets taken down.
Yeah, to your point, DC, it's just a survival instinct, you know?
Yeah.
Can't blame the guy.
Duncan has never been finished in his pro career. Officially 3 for 9 on his takedown attempts. He has been very efficient with his striking opportunities. Fighters jockeying for position here in the clinch. Could get a referee separation here.
Yeah, he was about to step in there. These referees aren't messing around tonight.
Well, it's this guy. You know, this guy is not playing.
Oh!
That would have been something.
I mean, that would have been something.
Yeah, but then you pay for it, right? You do that, Gregory tries to take your head off.
Yeah, but, you know, no risk, no reward.
You're right.
Got to give it a try.
Well, he's losing the fight.
You might as well.
So you might. We talked about this, right?
All right, we've hit the midpoint of this third and final round. Michael Bisping's finish forecast in great jeopardy down the stretch.
Thank you for throwing me
under
a bus, John.
Hey, I think we all had expectations that maybe scorecards would not be needed for this one. I'm just having fun.
It's just because they're so tough, John.
I think so.
That's why they saw the final bout.
Yep, a lot of times.
Yep.
A lot of times it comes down to the toughness of the fighter.
I tell you what, it's not for lack of trying.
That's the truth.
There's been chances for Christian Leroy Duncan to kind of take his lunch pail and go home, but he's decided every time he's not packing it up. He keeps trying to fight, keeps trying to find ways to fight his way back into this fight. But Gregory Rodrigues, man, has shown that when he makes you fight his fight, there aren't many that can actually get him.
Yeah, but the referee right now is, you know, telling him to work, and they're going to change position.
You can't do that.
This is a really dangerous position now for Duncan. If he can just get the other hook and he can flatten him out, he can go to town with ground and pound, and the referee's on the verge of standing him up.
Insane. You don't.
That's insane.
Position away.
A guy off of someone's back.
He's got him face down on the floor.
Right.
He's a jiu-jitsu world champion. Right. He's going to stand him up from that position.
I mean, yeah. I saw a fight earlier where they literally just laid there. And the official now didn't really. I mean, look at the blood of Rodrigues. It's every fight.
And with respect to the
like every time.
That's just an ignorant warning, right? Under a minute to go, round 3.
Well, look at the right arm. He's trying to work a rear naked choke. He's trying to find the position. But Duncan is defending well.
Yeah,
it's not that they're not working. It's not that they're not trying. They're trying to advance position.
And if you're Christian Leroy Duncan's team and you're looking for positives, you look to the ground, right? And you find a little bit of happiness in the fact that he went that long on the ground with a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu world champion of that caliber in Gregory Rodrigues.
Oh, without question, for Leroy Duncan, this is going to be a fight that he's going to learn from. Because, listen, he's only had, 11 professional fights. He's still very young in his career, against a really skilled, powerful, dangerous opponent. It's trending towards, I think he's going to lose a decision. But there is a lot of positives. There's a lot of lessons to be learned.
The improvements of Gregory Rodrigues from fight to fight is about as impressive as I've seen in most guys inside the octagon. He just keeps getting better every single time.
So for the second time in his 9 UFC appearances, Gregory RoboCop Rodrigues will donate pints of blood to the octagon in victory. Had a huge cut from a knee on a level change from Chidi Njokuani back in 2022. Still won that fight by TKO, and he's going to need some stitches tonight, but likely will move to 7-2 inside the octagon. Tonight's fight replays are brought to you by Monaco. Contain your home, yard, and car, available at Walmart. All right, with those scorecards, now is Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards for decision. All 3 judges scored this contest 30-27 for the winner by unanimous decision, Gregory Robo